Voices for the voiceless. Yeah. Yeah. It's the voices for the voiceless. Different points of view and different choices. We the voices for the voiceless. We speak. Voices for the voiceless. Yeah. Yeah. It's the voices for the voiceless. Different points of view and different choices. We the voices for the voiceless. We speak. Voices for the voiceless. Yeah. Yeah. It's the voices for the voiceless. Different points of view and different choices. We the voices for the voiceless. We speak. Voices for the voiceless. Yeah. Yeah. It's the voices for the voiceless. Different points of view and different choices. We the voices for the voiceless. We speak. Voices for the voiceless. Yeah. Yeah. It's the voices for the voiceless. Different points of view and different choices. We the voices for the voiceless. We speak. Voices for the voiceless. Yeah. Yeah. It's the voices for the voiceless. Different points of view and different choices. We the voices for the voiceless. We speak. Voices for the voiceless. Yeah. Yeah. It's the voices for the voiceless. Different points of view and different choices. We the voices for the voiceless. We speak.
Hey. Welcome back to Voices for the Voiceless. It's your boy Jay Taylor. Got my sis in the building, blessed girl. How you doing
What
today,
up? What
sis?
up?
What
I'm
up?
good. I'm good. Can't complain. Hey, a month of living, so you know I can't complain about that. Grateful, grateful, grateful.
Oh yeah, congratulations on my brand new grand nephew. I know you got
Yep.
the brand new grandbaby. It's came in,
Yeah.
so man, such a
Thank you,
handsome
bro.
fella, such a little handsome fella.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Uncle Joe. Thank you. Thank
Yeah, we had to come and do this impromptu because man, it's been some crazy news going on. As the title says, Biden is trying to create World War III on his way out the door. And
you.
I'm, you know, I'm just really, hey, they go, I'm her, what up? I'm her in the building.
What up, sis?
I'm really just you know, it's just seemed like they trying to make it difficult as much as possible for this for with Trump getting off. That's just my perspective. I know that it's big money in war for a lot of people, and I think that with this Ukraine and Russia war that's going on, um, just the fact that the timing of it, you got 2 more months before Trump takes office. Right before he took office, all the other nations were, really happy that Trump got reelected. And for those who don't know what happened yesterday, I want to share a video here, and basically, so you can get an understanding of what just happened. Biden authorizes Ukraine to use long-range U.S. weapons in Russia. So we're gonna give y'all an understanding because see, when Trump take office, they gonna try to blame this on him if World War III kicks off, and we want y'all to be aware of what's going on because they being very quiet about it, which is odd. So here we go.
President Joe Biden reversing a long-standing U.S. policy involving the war in Ukraine. Biden now going to allow Ukrainian forces to use long-range U.S. weapons inside of Russia for the very first time. CNN's Kevin Liptak is traveling with the president in Brazil. Kevin, what more are you learning?
Yeah, this is a major change in American policy, and it comes at a critical point in the war in Ukraine as Russian forces mass in the city and around the city of Kursk as they prepare for an offensive there, and as North Korea has sent thousands of its troops to fight alongside Russia in that conflict. President Biden making this decision to allow Ukraine to fire the American ATACMS missiles inside Russia for the first time. And this had been the subject of a long-running debate inside the American government about the wisdom of allowing Ukraine this new capability. There were officials who were concerned about the risk of escalation in this war. That's something that...
So I just want to pause it right there. So this has been something that they've been talking about for a long time. And mind you, I just seen on another platform, which I tend to believe that Biden and his administration hasn't really been communicating with Russia. And for them, the timing of it now to authorize United States missiles for Ukraine to use United States missiles just seemed like they're instigating the war, to expand. And this has the potential to spiral into a World War III. So you on your way out the door, and this is what you put in place. It's just crazy.
That President Biden has been concerned about throughout the conflict. You also heard officials worry about the stockpiles of ATACMS. These are not resources in endless supply. At the end of the day, the addition of the North Korean troops to this conflict certainly has created a new sense of concern in Washington about where this war could be headed. It's a subject of conversation that President Biden has had throughout his trip this week in South America. He discussed it earlier in Lima, Peru, with the leaders of Japan and South Korea. He also discussed it yesterday with the Chinese President Xi Jinping, trying to apply pressure on Beijing, to apply pressure on its largest, or on North Korea, which is China's largest trading partner, to try and convince Kim Jong-un that this was a mistake and that it could put his own troops at risk. But now this decision, I think, certainly for American officials, they do hope that it could help turn the tide in this conflict, but also send a signal to countries like North Korea that it sends its troops into this war at their own peril. Frederica.
All right, Kevin Liptak, let us know when you know more. Thank you so much. Joining me right now is CNN military analyst Colonel Cedric Layton. Colonel, great to see you. So first off, explain what these missiles are all about, this Army Tactical Missile System, or sometimes referred to as ATACMS. Talk to me about what they are, their capability, and why this is a potential turning point.
Do you have a car? Do you have a clean driving record? Did you know you can pay as low as $39?
Yeah, Frederica, the MGM-140 ATACMS, as you mentioned, the Army Tactical Missile System, has a range of around 180 to 190 miles. And what it can do is it can attack things like ammunition depots, troop concentrations, logistical centers, all of those kinds of things that could resupply a front line. So what the purpose of this is, from the Biden administration standpoint, is to actually make it possible for the Ukrainians to prevent the Russians and the North Koreans from attacking the Ukrainian concentrations in...
Okay, so we got a gist of that. I'm just trying to understand the timing of it. Oh, hey, we got Queen Nisimo. What's going on, sis? Welcome to the chat. But yeah, I'm just trying to understand the timing of this, sis. Like, if you have been in office for the past 3 to 4 years, and then all of a sudden on your way out the door, you make this move. We just seen Biden, with Trump shaking hands, a peaceful transfer of power. This doesn't look like a peaceful transfer of power anymore. You know,
Well, I told you before. I think that I and this is just my opinion. I think for the most part with Biden, I said before, I don't think he's running anything. I don't think that this was a decision that was up to him. Like these people literally, and I think it all goes back to uh they're trying to squeeze this war in. We were already on the break of war. If Kamala would if she would have got in office, this very thing would have happened. But I do believe that now that so many of the American people have woken up and they're not sleeping anymore, we got to try to squeeze what we can in, as far as this is pertaining to this war, uh, because, you know, we don't know next term how things are going to really turn out, if there will be another term as far as presidency, because it's like now, like we said, the timing of this all. And again, I just feel like Biden don't. I don't think he have. Even though he's the president, we see that he hasn't been really running anything. And I think it goes back to a lot of these people that have been running this country for a while, and he's just a puppet. That's just that's just how I feel. I could be wrong, but I don't think it has anything to do with really, Trump and them trying to make it. It could be some of the reason, but I think it's the fact of we got to get. It's all about money and power, and they know that that's about to be taken away once Trump gets in office.
absolutely. Shout out to Noobs. He said Joe Biden is a brain dead idiot. We all know this. I can lightly count on one hand the number of phone conversations that Joe has had with Putin since this entire thing started. I am also certain. I definitely could see that um Joe Biden has really not been very active. His foreign affairs have been the weakest I've seen of any president. And like you said, sis, I believe he is a puppet on a string, but I don't give him a um a pass because at some point, this is people lives that we talking about, people dying left and right in other countries, and it could start a nuclear. Because see, you throwing missiles at Russia, being Ukraine. You know what I'm saying? You throwing missiles at Russia has nuclear weapons. He could just wipe that old country clean out. You know what I'm saying? So just to even get involved with that to that magnitude on your way out the door, whoever's behind it, it's at a point now, man. I'm not finna play with nobody life. You know what I'm saying? It's people, hundreds of thousands of millions of people, like this is just insanity. But yeah, Queen Nishimo said this have been proven and verified. Barry is running the White House now. I believe that. And I could believe that. This is crazy. Joe Biden perpetuated this conflict and colluded with NATO to make this happen. Exactly. So the whole purpose of this really is to show that the liberals are really quiet right now, that nobody's really speaking about it. And if war does kick off, I want it to be, remember this day, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not Trump's fault, nothing that he did. You know what I'm saying? And that needs to be understood because you got less than 2 months before he gets in office. And yeah, like Noob said, I do believe that they have a plan. Russia, Putin, and Trump have definitely been in talks. So definitely want to bring this up to show how the other American, the other nations were happy for America, when Trump just got in office. It wasn't everybody was congratulating all the other worldly leaders.
In his first term, and he expects the same this time. But there's another leader at war who does not have that assurance. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. He did congratulate Trump, though, praising his peace to strength approach. But Ukraine would be nervous this morning. As a candidate, Donald Trump promised to push Zelensky to end this war. He wants Ukraine to cut a deal with Russia, one that could lead to loss of territory. There's also the question of aid. Chances are Trump won't be as benevolent as Biden. And without money, Zelensky will find this war hard to sustain. He needs the United States. He's had years of differences with Trump. So today's congratulatory message was an attempt to do some damage control. But will it work? The world is fighting two wars. Trump wants to stop them. He mentioned it explicitly in his victory speech.
Want a strong and powerful military, and ideally we don't have to use it. You know, we had no wars. 4 years, we had no wars.
So Trump wants no wars. But can he influence his friend Vladimir Putin? Trump shares a good relationship with the Russian president. He's called Putin a genius. He's called him, and I'm quoting, the smartest one. That's what Trump said for Putin. In fact, Trump cannot stop praising the Russian president. But will that translate into better ties? Russia is a hostile state for America, and it's unlikely that this hostility will disappear overnight or with Trump in office. And Russia knows that too. Their sovereign fund head has floated the idea of a reset. Kremlin too seems open to it, yet Putin has no plans to congratulate Trump, it seems.
As for congratulations, I am not aware of the president's plans to congratulate Trump on his election. Still, let's not forget that we are talking about an unfriendly country that is directly and indirectly involved in the war against our state.
So a lot of mixed signals, but China is only getting one signal, and that is more tariffs. Trump's win means more trouble for Beijing. Last time Trump waged a trade war against China, this time will be no better. Trump's already promised a second round of tariffs, this time on Chinese imports.
Hey, Trump getting them together. They talk about tariffs. They congratulating them, but one thing that was stipulated with that is that he was trying to end the wars. And the wars for a lot of these people means a lot of money. But his plan, and he had everybody on board, whether they liked them or not, they respect the man. And that's what's important. So it's just funny how all of this is on the brink of trying to bring the economy back, right? If we at war, how difficult is it going to be to get the economy back strong? You know, we got so many different issues that this administration has left the country in ruins behind. Illegal immigration, a terrible economy, you know, and then you couple that on top of all of that with a World War III. I mean, come on, man. They trying to, it just seemed like whoever's behind this, they said the deep state, I believe that, yeah, it could be the deep state is behind this, and they're trying to make America as in worst conditions as possible to give him such a difficult time to repair the country. And then now they can just point their finger and blame if something goes wrong. So it's just important to note how these people are moving forward. You feel me, sis?
Yeah, I do, but I think for the most part they were wanting to push this war. I don't think it really has a whole lot to do with Trump being in office because again, we were already on the brink of war before she was going to get in office. I think this is just about money and the powers that be is literally trying to make something shake before they get out of office. Because again, I don't think that it would be when you got half of America that has woken up and we're not sleep anymore. You know, it's a possibility with Trump with this and making a peace, we might not even go to war in it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that they trying to squeeze everything that they can out of this because they know like they're at the end of the road basically with the American people. Because once you get people woke, people start waking up. You no longer have the minds of the people in the control. So it's they're gonna try. Yeah, it probably, but I think for the most part they're trying to squeeze what they can before Trump gets in office. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I feel, and Noob just he just said along the lines of what you said, not just make it difficult. I think that's part of it. That's probably a smaller part of it, but not just make it difficult as possible for Trump. But remember, they have a lot of their financial interests wrapped up in Ukraine. So it's more about money, like you said. You know, you got the Chinese and all of them, that they all warmongers. And for some reason, people are under the misconception that Trump is the one that's pro-war and all that, but it's really the left. That's how they get a lot of their, you know, financial backing. Because if they, you know, kick off these wars, then we gotta, you know, we got a interest in fun, you know, protecting them for financial, in exchange for financial monetary gain. So yeah, it's big business in war for a lot of these people. Trump is anti-war. Oh yeah. Lisa Most, I just got word there's about to be big layoffs with the government. Yeah, because you know Trump got Vivek and
Mm-hmm.
Elon Musk. They shaking the government down because a lot of these agencies we don't need them, you know, and they taking, you know, taxpayer dollars to pay salaries that are not even necessary. So I'm all in favor of that.
Mm-mm.
They pissed that Trump is going to turn all this UK stuff off of them. There goes the money train and their dirty playgrounds.
Yep. There you go.
There you go.
There
Yep.
you. That's it. No.
Hmm. But yeah, it's crazy, and I want to show another video here, man. Shout out to the content creator, Anton Daniels. This, when I seen it last night, I seen his video. Let me see where it's at. Yeah, I want to y'all to check this out. This when I first saw about it last night.
President Joe Biden reversing a long-standing U.S. policy involving the war in Ukraine. Biden now going to allow Ukrainian forces to use long-range U.S. weapons inside of Russia for the very first time. CNN's Kevin Liptak is traveling with the president in Brazil. Kevin, what more are you learning?
Yeah, this is a major change in American policy, and it comes at a critical point in the war in Ukraine as Russian forces mass in the city and around the city of Kursk as they prepare for an offensive there, and as North Korea has sent thousands of its troops to fight alongside Russia in that conflict. President Biden making this decision to allow Ukraine to fire the American ATACMS missiles inside Russia for the first time. And this had been the subject of a long-running debate inside the American government about the wisdom of allowing Ukraine this new capability. There were officials who were concerned about the risk of escalation in this war. That's something that President Biden has been concerned about throughout the conflict. You also heard officials worry about the stockpiles of ATACMS. These are not resources in endless supply. At the end of the day, the addition of the North Korean troops to this conflict certainly has created a new sense of concern in Washington about where this war could be headed.
Is this not the equivalent of tearing up the rental property before you leave? Before you hand the keys back over to the landlord? Man, I'm telling you, bro, this administration is the worst. This is the worst administration in my lifetime. They got handed over a golden goose, and they basically put us in a million wars, gave billions, if not trillions of dollars over, left billions of dollars over in Afghanistan when they abandoned it, put us in record inflation, destroyed the economy, and then handed the keys back over. And then they tried to give us a successor and give a person a promotion to make it 10 times worse.
Hey, just imagine if that lady would have got an office. They would have continued this down this path. You know what I'm saying? Trump trying to put a stop to it. Kamala being another puppet, like Noob said. And imagine if that lady would have won. You know, we wouldn't even have a country in 4 years.
I don't know. And again, this is one of the reasons why I believe that it's going to be difficult for the first couple of years putting things into place. I wish Trump had 8 years, 8 more years in office. But we got JD Vance, we got Vivek Ramaswamy, we got Byron Donalds, we got Tulsi Gabbard. We got a phenomenal lineup of people that's rocking out after him and with him. But my point is that are they not going all out before the end of this situation? Are they not just saying, hey, listen, we just gonna destroy everything and every relationship before we can get out of office and make this thing 200 times worse than it's ever been? I don't know how we got so involved in something that didn't have anything to do with us at all in the first place. You know, when Trump highlighted during this campaign, he said, man, listen, day one, I'm gonna end this war the day I get into office. And he had met with Zelensky and everything like that, because Zelensky didn't even have any confidence in his current administration and that this thing would ever end. We don't want endless wars. Straight up. We want to get back to the money. We want to have love, peace, hair grease, hanging out with people back and forth and all of this stuff. But Jesus, Lord, not Biden. And then he was just up there standing next to Xi Jinping over in China in the back, waving like he's completely aimless. And I guess the warmongers on the Democrat side says, yeah, man, we just gonna get way more out of this and just make it happen. This is insane, bro.
Man, it's that it's really that crazy. Like when you think about it, like y'all just gonna make this a situation where you can't come back from. That's what they seem like. But like you said, I just don't understand the timing of it. That's why I say I believe that they are trying to make it difficult on the micro level. On the macro level, of course, it's all about the bread. But yeah, sis, I'm with Anton on that one. Let me see here. Now, remember, we talked about this on the previous show. We talked specifically about what they might do and try to trip up. Thank you. We did say that. And this is what I'm saying. Like, they went out their way to we just seen the man sitting up there shaking hands with Trump, peaceful transfer of power, the whole nine. And we knew before they got up out of there, they was going to do something or some things to try to get the country. They want their lick back. That's what it seemed like to me. They want their lick back, and this is how they're trying to get it. You know what I'm saying? It's one of the ways. Now we still got to January 20th to see what else rabbits they pull out their hat.
It's a subject of conversation that President Xi Jinping trying to.
All right, Kevin Liptak, let us know.
I've never seen so much incompetence in my entire life. It's
Thank
almost like they're purposely trying to sabotage, the next President-elect Trump before they get in there. I wonder if Kamala Harris was in the room when they decided to make this decision. Whose decision was it to continue to participate in a war like this and then to just basically make a declaration of war altogether? Whose decision? Oh my God, this is so insane.
When you know more. Thank you so much. Joining me right now is CNN military analyst Colonel Cedric Layton. Colonel, great to see you. So first off, explain what these missiles are all about, this Army tactical missile.
This is serious, man. This is serious. And you just don't make a decision like this 2 months before you leave office. Like you said in the beginning, it's like, let me trash up the place before I move out, before I get the keys back to the landlord. It's spite. To me, it's spite. Out of spite. You know what I'm saying? To do it at this particular time.
This in his hand going 1 mile an hour to just absolutely just plunge us into some of the worst situations that we was trying to get out of in the first place. And whereas JD Vance and Trump was trying to employ diplomacy before they even got into office, we're going to have the most difficult next 2 months coming up. And we all going to be sitting on pins and needles over here in the United States of America while they play with their hand on a button inside of the office. And I'm wondering if Kamala Harris is hanging out in the Oval Office also saying, yeah, you know what? I think that this is a great idea. Let's just go ahead and plunge them in the territory. We're not going to.
Yeah, I think that was either you or Lav. It's like, where is Kamala at right now? That's a good question. Did she just disappear again? Like, she ran off, now she just disappeared again. You know what I'm saying?
But see, this is my thing here. The reason I feel like they wanted to squeeze this in, I don't think it's being spiteful. I'm telling you, I think it's more for them of it being more political because, mind you, if the day that she would have stepped foot in office, it was already a wrap. So they're basically trying to force this before they're trying to basically get. I don't think it's so much of a get that. It's like, no, this is what we had in place. We had in place for her to win. You understand what I'm saying? We were going to go to war. So now that Trump hasn't won, we're still going to go to war. You know, that's just my opinion on it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I feel like it's just that. I don't think it's like let me piss him off or let me piss the country off. No, this is about money and power with these people.
Yeah.
And you know, and of course it's gonna piss Trump off. But I don't think that was like okay. With Trump, would that be the first? Let's just piss him off and then go to war. No, we're gonna go to war. We don't give a flip who it affects and who because we got to get this money. You understand? We got too much. Like that's how I feel about that. I do.
Mm. Yeah, I think it's a little spited now. I mean, we agree to disagree on that. Just I mean, I think they really are petty. But shout out to Beatrice in the chat. Want to make sure I shout everybody out, man. Thanks for coming through, Beatrice. Really appreciate you. But yeah, man, this administration is sinister. That's what I believe. I believe this is pure evil, and I believe it's like it's on the macro level. It's about the bread, but on a micro level, they trying to dirty it up for them too. I mean, these are the same people that tried to assassinate this man. I believe they were behind the judicial system being weaponized against this man. I don't put nothing past none of them. You know what I'm saying? So for them to try to
But
dirty it,
mind you, they were and what reason were they trying to assassinate him? I'm telling you, it all boils down to power and money. I think if she would have gotten in office, it was going to be the same as that thing. It wasn't. That's just how I feel. I feel strongly. I feel very strongly about that. They don't like Trump. They don't want him in office. But I don't think it's like let me just piss him off. No, when she stepped foot out, we was going to war. It was already pre-planned. I think that they were so confident in Kamala winning this election. You
but see,
understand?
they could
Huh?
have been did this though. The timing of it though.
But
You know
that's
what
what
I'm
I'm
saying?
saying. But here's the thing. Think about it. Well, we were thinking about the timing of it whenever they were basically saying we were going to go to war. Mind you, we were still going to go to war. We already on the break of World War III. So
Bingo.
huh? Yeah. So we were huh?
Transitional power can't happen if war breaks out. They don't want him in there. So if the war breaks out while he's still in there, then they can't switch seats. You know what I'm saying?
That's true, but that's what it goes back to the power. You understand the power, and if you take that power and money away, they would, But it's all about the power because yeah, if it is a war, you know, they will basically. I mean, he wouldn't be. I don't think he'll be inaugurated on the 20 was it the 20th or whatever day the inauguration is, but I do still feel like it comes down to power and money. Yeah, I just do.
Yeah. I agree. I think that's more on the macro level. It's about the power and the money first. Um, so we definitely agree. Oh, your camera on, sir. You got news say that's not true about the transition of power can't happen. Oh, okay, okay. Um, I don't know, but I just want people to see like the timing of it is very peculiar to me. And right here, man, we got Putin giving his response to everything that's going on, you know, with the US, you know, putting this policy through. So go ahead and share that so we can see what Putin had to say about this.
The Kremlin has reacted to the United States allowing Ukraine to use long-range missiles to strike targets in Russia, accusing President Biden of fueling tensions. It's also warning the move could escalate the conflict. The decision by the outgoing US president is a major policy shift. It means Ukraine can now use Army tactical missile systems, known as ATACMS, to defend its forces in Russia's Kursk region on Ukraine's northeast border. Russian President Vladimir Putin previously warned the West that he would consider such a move to be a major escalation in the conflict. Our North America correspondent David Willis has.
You heard what he said, sir. He said he look at that like, all right, y'all want to play games. You know what I'm saying? Y'all trying to escalate. Y'all knew. I told y'all ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
He said he been like y'all talk to everybody about this. If y'all move forward with this how I'm gonna perceive that as a potential threat. Y'all trying to play dirty, you know. But like News said, I think that you know, him and Trump have been talking a lot. And hopefully, man, they able to smooth this over. And I hope Ukraine don't make no false moves right now. You know, we need to save people's lives right now. That's what's most important. Because you know,
I agree.
it's Russia ain't no punk. I mean, they got trying to shoot a missile at Russia is like bringing a knife to a gunfight. They got nuclear weapons over there. You know.
This report.
The aftermath of the latest missile attack on Ukraine, Russia's largest in months. This, the city of Sumy, near the Russian border, after a missile hit a residential area, killing 10 people and injuring many more. As President Biden arrived in Rio for the G20 summit, reports emerged of new US measures to help Ukraine defend itself. Authorization from the outgoing leader for the use of long-range, American-made guided missiles capable of striking deep into Russian territory. Potentially a significant.
So this is American-made missiles that, I mean, if that ain't the most instigating, like, bro, like what y'all, like, y'all giving people, we ain't got nothing to do with this, bro. Like, you got people sitting up here shooting missiles that got US on them. You know, what other way is he supposed to take that? You know what I'm saying?
Development in the conflict, and one President Zelensky has been calling for months.
Today,
many in the media say that we have received permission to take appropriate actions. But strikes are not made with words. Such things.
So this is the president of Ukraine right here.
Things are not announced. The missiles will speak for themselves, definitely.
President Biden's decision followed the arrival last month of around 10,000 North Korean special forces sent to help Russia reclaim territory lost to Ukraine in the Kursk region of eastern Russia. Known as ATACMS, these U.S. Army tactical missile systems have a range of almost 200 miles and are difficult to intercept because they travel at such high speeds. President Biden is keen to do all he can to help Ukraine in the little time he has left in office. He'd resisted authorizing the use of American long-range missiles up to now for fear of antagonizing Russia.
See, I can't get past that part. They've been trying to get him to do this for years, at least months, to use these U.S. missiles. And you just now, on your way out the door, say, all right, go ahead, y'all can use it. You an instigator, bro. That's instigating at its height right there. Like, then it fall right in Trump hands. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the aftermath of whatever happened. News, I know you guys have seen in TV News, several countries are ready to come to the table with Trump, including Iran. Yeah, I seen that. And that's the thing. Like, Trump is trying to unify the world. People don't really understand how much of a centerpiece the United States is in the whole world, in the whole grand scheme of things, in keeping world peace. And when we got nations like Russia and China willing to work with Trump, man, we could have this. Just like when Trump was in office the last time, there were no new no new wars, none. You know, in 4 years, that whole 4 years he was in office, wasn't no wars. Wasn't nobody out here losing their life overseas or being deployed to be in no wars. So, you know, people have to look at that. When they try to paint this man as some type of like he's some type of terror to the world, he's actually creating world peace, you know? And that's and a wise man told me this a long time ago. And, you know, just being from Chicago, you know, it's, you know, it is what it is. He said, man, and I find this to be true in everything. He said, man, you can't gang bang and get money at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's war, ain't no way we gonna be able to, you know, fix this economy like we should. We can't, you know, foreign relation is gonna be bad. And that's what we need the man in here majority for. Clean the border, you know, fix the border, fix the economy. Those are two main issues. And if it's a war, it's gonna be even 9 to 10 times harder to do those things. If Biden were anything but an idiot, he'd leave it alone until Trump took office. Man, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, why would you even get involved? You know what I'm saying? These people been going back and forth. Let it go. Let Trump deal with it when he get in office. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to be trying to see. That's why, you know, I agree with Sis when she said that he's a puppet, somebody behind the scenes, like News said, the deep state. You know what I'm saying?
But with winter approaching and Russia advancing, retaining territory taken in the east could provide Ukraine with a bargaining chip in the event of future peace talks. David Willis, BBC News, Washington.
Man, this is sad, man. Just see these images of these people, man.
And our diplomatic correspondent, Paul Adams, is in Ukraine. He has the latest on what the missiles might be used for.
What we don't know are the specifics of this. We understand that this will be used initially in aid of Ukrainian forces who are currently operating inside Russia in the area of Russian territory in Kursk that they've been holding since August. That is important for them because they are anticipating a Russian counteroffensive in Kursk, assisted by as many as 10,000 North Korean troops any day now. And so the arrival or the ability to use the ATACMS missiles to complicate Russia's planning will be important to the Ukrainians. Whether they are granted the permission to use it more widely in the future, well, we'll have to see. We don't know how many of these systems they have, and we also don't know exactly what the Americans are saying in terms of what they can and can't do with them. It is also possible that Britain and France may follow Washington's lead and grant permission for Ukraine to use the Storm Shadow missile, also to hit targets deep inside Russia. None of these.
That's some instigating ass shit. I'm sorry. We got Queen Nissimo. What's going on, sis?
Hey, how
Hey,
y'all
sis.
doing? Hey, sweetie. Y'all doing okay?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just we.
That's good. That's
How
good.
you doing?
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
We
Thank
got a new baby, y'all. Uh
you.
let's give a shout
Yep.
out to the new baby. We got a new baby that has come into this devious world.
Yep.
Yes, Lord.
Yeah,
And it
man.
take us to be those protectors.
Yes,
Absolutely.
ma'am. Unto death.
Yeah, got a
That's
new
right.
nephew.
Yes. Yes. I saw this at 2 o'clock this morning. I asked me what was I doing up. I couldn't tell you why I was up, but hey, I was up and I saw all of this getting kicked off. I said, Lord, and I went to praying because I know that that these are the deeds of the evil ones. This is they're on their post, they're on their job to continuously do what they're doing. But I think a lot of people forgot what remember when Zelensky, uh, when they had the big meeting, uh, I think it was in New York, and they kept, making all of these allegations and crap regarding Trump. That was before the election. And Zelensky kept asking the question, what's supposed to happen to Ukraine if Trump comes in office. He said, because I believe he's not wanting to continue with the support of Ukraine. Well, Trump is not uh, Trump is not the United States of America. We are the people. We say cut off all fundings at this point right now because these people have they didn't even um, ask us how we felt about them even supporting from the beginning. So for you to just think that you could just drop this on in Trump's lap, no, it's we the people. We voted who we wanted to vote for, and we voted how we wanted and who we wanted in office. So now we're saying no more wars.
No more wars, and
No
that's
more wars.
And that goes back to what I'm saying. Like, that's why I feel like they know that it would be no more wars after I feel like Trump gets in office. Because mind you, if they can literally get like people, I mean, if you look at the media, the stations, like they are literally tainting. Like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
they're losing viewership. MSNBC just met with Trump after they called him because they need him now. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Like they've lost all of
Well,
their views and different things.
they got MSNBC and CNN both have huge lawsuits as we speak right now against them, and I think it's more news stations to come that have lawsuits against them because they felt that they were good. But I have one. I need to pivot this right real quickly. It's something that uh, I forgot the lady's name. She's an Asian lady. Her name is Lee, and she made the statement that someone in Kamala's camp on her campaign, this lady went out and she got a lot of money collected, a lot of funds for this campaign. And she said that they assured her that 100 plus percent that Kamala was going to win. How was that so?
mm. Yeah, I think that was that, and that lady was almost in tears.
She
When
was in tears.
yeah,
And this is tying into what we're talking about. But I'm just wanting to know, were you all planning a coup, another
mm,
coup?
They already did it.
Uh-huh. I
mm,
believe it.
They already did it. I mean, but I do feel like, hey, Nisi, and hey, blessed girl,
Hey,
and
baby.
hey, Jeff.
Hey there.
So,
what up?
so man, it's a lot.
Yeah, man.
When you look at it, man, it's been a heck of a 2 weeks, man. You've been watching. If you've been watching like I've been watching, and like Nisi been watching, they got some tricks up their sleeve,
Mm,
and you don't know how it's gonna go down. You just hope for the best. But in all honesty, with Joe and his goofball wife going to meet with Trump after all the crap they done talked about this man, about all the lies they told about Biden, about about every single thing. It just lets you know it was all propaganda, man. And truth be told, the people who are on the left, if they had any type of sense at all, they would be absolutely furious. Not with
Absolutely.
Trump, not with Trump, but with the Democratic Party and the mainstream media for telling lies for 8 years.
Hmm.
8 years. Literally stopped calling the man Hitler immediately after he got elected. No more Hitler talk.
Hmm.
you know, and the only ones that seem to still be gaslit like this that I can see is a lot of people in our community.
Yeah.
Our people in our
And
community,
that's true. That's
it's
true.
it's almost like Juneteenth, where
Mm.
it took 2 years for you to realize you was free. So when
Mika, didn't we just talk about this?
I mean, it's almost similar. It's like it's hard, and I hate to say it, but I'm gonna say it on your just one time. It's hard to convince a nigga of anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
You're right.
You're right.
it's tough. I'm sitting. I sit up here. Went to the gas station today early this morning. Got my cup of coffee, and the guy that's the manager. He's an avid whoever is blue, no matter who. So I was like, hey man, where the sugar at? You ain't got the sugar out. So he pulled it out, and then I saw another bottle, and he was like, I'm my bad. And he was like, well, that's how y'all Trump supporters are. Y'all don't want to listen to nobody. I'm like, you know why? Because we win. We ain't got to listen to
Exactly.
you. We ain't got to
Exactly.
listen to you. We're winners. The plays we run work. I'm like, y'all need to stop being butthurt about this, man. It was a blowout. It was like 2K. You get 20 points up, you got to pass the stick. It's time for all y'all to pass the controller and let us handle this because we got
Mm-hmm.
it. We got it. The whole country has mandated a man. He closed the border. It's illegals coming in. They eating the cats and the dogs. Damn right. We're not crazy. These things are we're not crazy. So it's crazy to be upset for 2 damn weeks over a loss. Shit, the Bears lost yesterday on a blocked field goal, and I'm all right. I'll be all right. I'm not gonna be stewing over this for 2 weeks. I'm not finna lose my family members and not go to holiday parties because Sonny Hostin told me not to.
Hmm.
Exactly.
Because Whoopi told me not to. Whoopi out here lying like hell, lying on businesses. These people are insane. So since we decided as a country, we're gonna bring sanity back.
Hmm.
We were gone are the days of I don't you always had your flamboyant homosexuals, but now
Yeah, but it
everybody's
wasn't to this extent.
now everybody's flamboyant is just flaming all over the place. It's just hot all in the streets. Nah, I mean, because the thing about it is that's your private life. This is what happened. They want their private business to be made public, and we just got to accept that you all in our face, all in our kids' face, and blaspheming all day long. You know,
But you know
and
what? Oh, sorry.
oh,
I
go
was gonna
ahead, go
say
ahead.
one thing. For both thoughts. Even down to the whole trending of this LGBTQ gay. Think about it. They know that. To be honest with you, I think the way they were pushing this, a lot of people
Hmm.
were not gay. It's just one of the things where
Mm-hmm.
followers, people of this world follow. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? If you
Mm-hmm.
if you feel if you say, oh well, gay is popular. Hey, I'm finna be gay. It's sad, but that's the mindset of people. They're more followers than anything, and a lot of people are like, well, no, I just think it's open for them to be free and come out and talk. I beg this. I do. I think that most of the people now that's coming out is just popular. It's popular. It's taking over.
You're
Well,
absolutely
the
right.
popular y'all both. I read. I was me and my daughters. We was looking at some stuff last night, y'all. Yeah, this is where it gets sickening for me. These are babies that's still trying to figure out their ABCs and one, two, threes and all of the extra. Tie their shoes. They teaching these kids on these cartoons to wear. They're wearing bracelets, y'all. So when they ask these kids ask you for a bracelet, and they all wearing different. There's two bracelets. One is to say if the parents ask if you have been sexually active, you say no, uh, because they don't believe that oral sex is sexually active. The other one is to I'm gonna be with the boy today, and you can be with him tomorrow, or the girl, or whomever. It's like you do it for a whole month, and then you come back. This is a bunch of bull crap that they are really pushing into our children when they need to just be looking at Bugs Bunny and that's it.
Mhm.
You know, you
I agree.
we used to be telling try to tell the kids how to get to Sesame Street. Now we trying to tell them how to get the hell out the red light district. Like I'm just saying, man. We've gotten to this point, man, and you know I don't like the fact, and like I said, I love the fact that Trump is on this and he's speaking on it because these are important things that we would not have heard from Kamala Harris about how we going to eliminate that indoctrination, how you will lose your job, how you will go to jail, for mutilating children and things like that. It makes sense because how in the world can you lock up an R. Kelly
Hmm.
and not lock up a doctor for chopping off a kid's meat?
Thank you.
Hmm.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I'm just saying
And you got and
how
you and but the see the we talked about that, Mika, and me, you and Jeff and Provoke. We've all spoke about this here. They got their priorities all in the wrong place because what you're pushing, you saying to me, a 17-year-old cannot decide whether or not they want to be with a 21 or 22-year-old man or even a 30-year-old man. But a 10-year-old can decide if they want to have a sex change
can't even have a
without the
damn drink.
consent.
Hmm.
Can't
Can't
even
Yeah.
can't even have a
can't do
drink.
nothing.
But I bet you when you
But even
realize,
a 10-year-old can be charged as an adult
yeah,
if he
absolutely. I mean,
murders somebody.
But you
I
know
mean,
what, y'all? It's big business in that. What
Yes,
we
it
don't even,
is.
it's big business in castrating children,
Yes,
okay,
it is.
and this trafficking, okay. Mind you, ain't nobody speak besides the people that are woke. You don't hear the
Hmm.
media speaking on these 325 thousand kids that's missing,
Hmm.
along with the kids that's still missing around here now. Like, and when you think about it, it's big money in those surgeries, y'all.
Yes, ma'am.
Like
Yes,
it's
ma'am.
it's it's big money in the surgeries, along with being able to depopulate. You know,
And that's
yeah,
what
they
they was
can't.
doing here in at the largest hospital in largest children hospital in the U.S. Texas Children. I'm telling you, they was doing this up under our nose, and we not know it. And I still wouldn't have known had my husband not got laid off.
hmm
And they had whistleblowers and everything telling people what was going on. All this was going on during COVID.
hmm
Mm-mm-mm.
That they pushed. Remember, they pushed this
Mm-hmm.
COVID crap for people to stay at home, people to not be able to go to their jobs while they in there in these hospitals doing the most. And now we're
Mm-hmm.
seeing GM laying off, Advanced Parts laying off, all of these companies, big layoffs. The government is laying off. Government is about to lay off. They're gonna have a mass layoff. This is to cripple this man before he comes into office, along with this war.
hmm which if I think properly, he may have it over with, like he said.
Hmm.
He might have it over with. I mean, I just don't feel like that. nobody wants to fight anymore because the war would be on if Kamala was, the president elect.
But what are you hiding? That's the question that everybody need to be asking. What are y'all hiding? Because you know they're hiding something.
Mm-hmm.
What
Yeah.
are you hiding for all of these wars to even take place? What are you
Money,
hiding?
money. They're hiding money. Think about this. Okay, let's just think about this real quick. We got a candidate who had over $1 billion, well, had $1 billion worth of donations. Grassroots of what they want to call it. I call BS because I don't know nobody who gave her $10. So, you got that. They talk about the celebrity she paid, right? In the
Hmm.
millions of dollars there. But let's not talk about the people that she had to get bussed into every single one of her
Yes.
rallies. And she had to pay for the buses. She had to pay the people. She had to pay them all. So we look at we look at the schemes that are used in order to get our money. You got to think about it. Over time you seen when we send 200 billion to Ukraine, we sending 90 billion to Ukraine. We gonna spend billions on migrants. Somebody getting the kickback.
But the question is and I understand exactly what you're saying. Okay, just like that lady Lee, I forgot her name, was showing out all the monies that was allocated out for from Kamala Harris regarding her campaigns and all the celebrities that she paid out and how much they got paid. Okay, so why aren't we seeing anything? It's just like going to church. When you go to church every month, I don't know if y'all churches do it, but every month you're supposed to have a meeting where everybody can see the dividends, what's going coming in and what's going out and where it's going. We see none of that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's
We
Yep.
have
true.
no clue of where anything is going. We know what y'all say, and that's the only thing we can do is go based upon what you say. So how do we not know that you saying you sending a billion to 5 billion or 10 billion to Ukraine, but you keeping five and sending what's left to Ukraine, or you keeping five and sending this over
Mm-hmm.
here and this over here. How do we not know? We don't know this. We don't see the records. We just know what y'all tell us. And then,
Mhm.
but you expecting for the people in Chicago to just lie down and play dead. And not only Chicago, I can assure you there are other states that's going through the same thing, that our taxes is steady going up. The taxes going up, but the cost of living going up, but the pay's not going up.
As a matter of fact, it's going down. I look at my industry, information technology. Okay, and now I'm fortunate enough to have a wealth of experience in it, so I can pick my price. But for those on entry level to come in making $19 an hour, $4 above a McDonald's worker, it's absolutely ridiculous, and it's a skilled profession.
Wow.
Mm.
I'm just glad that I'm not. I don't even really have the heart to tell an individual, yeah, go ahead and go in IT. It'll be worth it. I mean, because you're gonna have to work for 6 or 7 years to even get to the level that I am. And it's to a point where we they were talking about the middle class, this whole time, and it doesn't exist. I mean, they literally were talking about a class that they've obliterated over 3 years. So when you
You
saying
got that right.
I'm looking out. Well, I was born middle class. I'm gonna look out for the middle class. You need to look out for the people that were supposed to be middle class that aren't anymore, and those who've never been. We've never. So when you got a Whoopi Goldberg out here making $1 million or whatever she making on the View, talking about she's a
Eight
working
eight
class,
million.
8 million, and
A year.
you a working class individual that only get your ass up to go to work for 2 hours a day, and then you take
But
your
Jeff,
fat.
like that woman said, Miss Lee, she said, I have a problem. These people was giving their heart, these are elderly people that, of course, they've been voting Democratic forever. And they're giving their hard-earned money. And now I gotta tell these people that everything that they believed in was a lie.
Yeah.
And they literally the lady that you talk about, that was the Oriental lady, right? That was on,
Mm-hmm.
and she was really upset because she got snowballed, gaslit, just like the rest of them, into believing that Kamala was the candidate. But I don't blame the people who told you. I blame you for not doing your research. I blame you for not looking into what you was putting your money behind. When you have this mentality of hate Trump, I hate Trump, I hate Trump, then anything will do. Anything will do, and you'll believe anything. So they got snowballed. I don't feel sorry for them. I just don't. I
I
can't feel.
don't need them.
I
I don't
just
need them.
can't. I can't, because you put your money behind a losing horse that needed to be shot after the race. You need to take her out back and put her down. You know, literally, not really, y'all on YouTube, not really, literally, but they literally had a idea that anybody could beat this man. Which truth be told, nobody's beat him in how many years now? 8 years, 3 elections, didn't get beat.
And they showed her coming into the to Washington yesterday. I saw that when I was looking at 2 o'clock this morning, and they all standing out there clapping like she was Jesus coming out, stepping off the cloud, coming back to save us, and she just grinning and carrying on. But I did not see a smile or anything coming from Jill nor Biden.
Hmm.
Yeah.
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 Well, you
Shot.
know what? I do feel sorry for, like, I would say the older people. I would say them more so, because I can't say that because it's like I'm telling you, we all have just been to that point of just being gaslit and lied to for the entire probably years of our lives, and to know that the older people, they're older, right? So
Hmm.
they're just taught to vote this way, and they're donating and they're doing things not because what they've been fed. The media is telling you this, to hate this man, to dislike this man.
Hmm.
He is going to put you back in chains. Like all these lies. And so what it does, it play on the mind of those people that have went through, some sort of trauma. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
we
In
got
their life.
elderly people that have gone through segregation and all of the stuff that
Right.
we've never experienced. They've experienced some of these things. So when they hear this, first thing come to mind is, oh, we can't have him. We don't want him because we got to get somebody to. But what I suggest to everybody, and I don't care who it is, look to Jesus first, and everything else is going to fall in place. But if you sitting here telling me that you are a follower of Christ, and you literally listening to this woman tell you about how they're going to take our tax paying dollars to change the sex of illegal immigrants in the prison, I have a problem with that. That's common sense.
Well, I'll be honest with you. When it comes to, hmm, and this is my own experience as far as family. When it comes to certain black people in religion, a lot of times I feel like that, you know, some people go and turn to God for different reasons. And you got some people that genuinely is seeking, seeking God in their lives. You got those who, just went to church because they feel like that, they've been indoctrinated to go. You know, you actually have the religious outfits now to say, hey, just keep on sinning because Jesus is gonna keep on forgiving. Now when you look at that, you got people who do these things for various reasons. I have people in my family I felt like that went to church and was praying for a man or praying for a woman, and somebody knew that and took advantage. Look at all of these churches that got these homosexual choir leaders, or now these homosexual pastors with their husbands and whatnot, which of course was brought to
Uh-huh.
which was brought to the forefront in 2006 by R. Kelly with Trapped in the Closet, to let you know what was really going on. But people wasn't paying attention, wasn't paying attention, wasn't really paying attention. So you look at all of these different things that are happening, and black people, we used when we were given Christianity, when we were slaves, we weren't even allowed to read the Bible. We wasn't even allowed to read. You got people that quote scripture that ain't never cracked open the book. That's a fact, Nisi. It's a
Oh
fact.
yes.
They just telling you what their mama or their grandmama told them, or what they
They
heard in
memorized
church.
it. And
They
it ain't even scripture. It's something that they because
Uh-huh.
some of the stuff that they say is definite. They say what the word said, but that ain't what the Bible says.
so when it
So
when it co- when it comes to my black people and the democratic mind control, because that's what it is. It's literally mind control, and people don't even realize the reason why black people are so caught up with the Democrats is because of free shit.
yeah, that's true.
My social security, my food stamps, my welfare, my subsidized apartment or subsidized house, or my Section 8.
Oh,
Except instead of people, everybody on this panel right now, I'm certain, ain't sitting here waiting on the 1st or the 15th.
No,
We a-
sir.
we ain't sitting up here. We go in the grocery store and be highly pissed, beyond pissed pivity.
Tell me about it.
Trying to figure out whether we gonna get some eggs
Hmm.
and some bacon, or whether we gonna eat eggs and bologna.
No,
But it's
no. When you come out of there with 2 bags and you done paid $200, and you're like,
absolutely,
well, where did I spend? Where's my money? No, where's my food?
hmm I'm here to
Because
tell you.
$200, you could fill a refrigerator up. When Trump was in office, I,
Absolutely.
oh, trust me, I haven't forgotten because in oil and gas, no, I can't forget.
Yeah. And
No,
speak. Oh, go ahead, bro.
no, go, no, it's on you. Go ahead.
Yeah, and speaking of, misappropriated funds, is one thing that I wanted to share because, we had that natural disaster with Hurricane Helene. We had the situation down there in Texas where Nisi at, and the FEMA didn't have the money or nothing to give it $750.
Hmm.
You can apply, and all that. So I got
And even when you applied, you still get denied.
still get denied. And this lady done blew $1 billion, but what if she had took some of that money and gave it to these victims? You know what I'm saying?
She might have
And
won the election.
these were victims. They were victims.
Exactly.
These
It was a,
illegals are not victims.
so it was a lot. When you go off and think about why, I don't even think about why Donald Trump won, but I know why he won. But why did she lose? It's a big
I'm
it's
not
a
questioning why she lost. I'm questioning why. Where is the money? That's the only question that I have. Where
I'm
is
I'm
all of
I'm,
this money?
I'm getting to that. Reason why she lost is because she misappropriated. Her messaging was wrong. It was cheap, and she paid top dollar for cheap messaging.
thank
Number
you.
one, cheap messaging. When you ain't got to pay a dollar for the truth. The truth is free. You got to put a lie in a dress and some lipstick and dress it up and make it sexy. And it still was unattractive to most.
Well, see,
Now,
she came in the election just being biased. You can never run as in a position such as president, running for presidency, and you're biased. She was very biased towards men. She was all about women's rights. She was all about um, castrating kids.
Castrating babies.
She was all about LGBTQ. So
Mm-hmm.
when you look at it, I mean, I've never seen a candidate that was as biased as she was. She was not for the American people. She
Well,
was
you got to
for,
look at how she come in. First of all,
yeah,
even as president, you did not they made sure that you were selected, that you was not elected, you were selected. And as this, then when it came to her running for vice president, and as for president, y'all did what y'all need to do to push Biden to the side, and you came in as a DEI hire.
yeah. I mean, but she's been
yeah,
that the whole damn time. She's been a DEI hire. I mean,
But
we
yeah.
knew that.
that goes all the way, and I said that too. I said somebody was saying they was just talking about her time, working even in politics. I said no, y'all got to go further than that, than Washington. Y'all got to go back to California. How she got to the points of where she were there. She didn't get there by education. You can't make me believe that.
Not at all. Willie Brown.
Yeah,
Huh.
yeah, old Willie. He been out here talking, and he been hitting with some facts of why things went the way that they did. But why did they end up that far, Mister Willie? What did you do to start all of this, punk? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, seriously. It's we like I said, we people on the left side. I kind of laugh at them now because now that it's all said and done, I was already bold with mine. But I challenge anybody to be as bold as they possibly can and stand behind your selection.
And
You
I
know,
stand on
you
it. I
you
stand
you, you
behind
know,
it. I stand with it.
s-
And
s-
this is my third time voting for President Trump. Third
you know,
time.
stand behind it. Now they talking about, well, he gonna mess around and make sure that that you can vote. A president ain't gotta have no just 2 terms. I'm like, and if he do, I don't give a damn.
I said the
Me
same
either.
thing.
I
I
said,
said the
me and you
same
both
thing.
said the same thing because I'm like,
Yes.
no, baby, it don't matter to me at this point. With all the damage y'all done did, it's gonna take this term and some more terms to get us out the situation we're in. Because at the end of the day, these people are. I'm sorry, every ABC, CBS, in it, all of them. These people need to be shut down completely, shut down.
And I think that us as content creators and all of those who came before us and the ones that's doing it big, in the process of shutting all of this down. We're in the process of shutting it down. One of the worst things that they ever could have did to themselves was, and they knew it back in 2020, was allow us a voice.
Y'all,
Yeah.
let me make y'all tell y'all something that I found. I called y'all. I know y'all saw me calling y'all at 2 o'clock in the morning. Y'all didn't answer me. Because when I
Mm.
saw this, I said, hold up, wait a minute. Y- y'all guess who E. Jean Carroll accused?
Who?
Who?
Les Moonves.
Wow.
Remember,
Huh?
Les Moonves went down right after Rob. They let him go and they let Charlie Rose go at CBS. And for those that don't know who Les Moonves was I think he was the president of CBS at the time.
Mm.
And I just thought it was kind of weird that he just they let him go, and he just went off into the sunset. And his wife, for those that don't know, is Julie Chen. She used to be over the talk and over Big Brothers. When I saw this, I said, hold on, wait a minute. Les Moonves. Remember, that was during the time Gayle King was doing what she did for against R. Kelly. And we already know Oprah was a part of that. Y'all, this woman, Eugene, whatever her name is, this woman have been doing this for a minute. This woman need to be in prison.
Wow. That's crazy.
She have been lying for a minute. She go read these books with these cats in that house, and this woman come up with this stuff in her head, and they even had her. I mean, you should have heard Gayle King when they was interviewing her on CBS. Y'all, it was pathetic that I said, hold on, why did y'all not tell the people that it was her who accused Les Moonves?
There should be some type of repercussions for people that make up these allegations, especially ones that do it repeatedly like this. Like,
And she's did this to him. And then remember, y'all, how they all in an uproar, panties in a bunch, regarding Donald Trump's DOJ pick. Come to find out, they this man has gone through the proper procedures, and so the person that come up with these bogus charges against this man was trying to set this man up, and his father, CBS, ABC, all of these people, they all knew about this. But they're still out here reporting that this man here was doing nonsense to children. And there is a person sitting in prison right now who admitted that he lied on this man. So they really have people out here that they are actually paying to lie on men.
I believe that with Eugene Carroll. I believe she's a plant too.
I do too.
She's getting paid. A lot of these people are just plants, and they're
They're
getting paid
plants. Yes.
to destroy people's lives, and there's no fact checking behind it. That's why I say, like, this whole government, like, everything is flawed. They just flawed. It's already set in place for the judges. It's already in place to just keep people imprisonated. Because of course we know how much the funding that the federal prisons get off of inmates. It's like we have literally been scammed. The
That's
US
just the federal level, but for the people that don't understand the private prison, that money goes to the owner, all of it. The state gets none of that money. You get none of that money, but we pay taxes, and we got to keep them housed in that prison. But the state gets none of the money from the private prisons. It doesn't go back into the state, but the state pay for them to be housed in that prison.
Yeah, that's tripped out. But yeah, y'all, I didn't want to make this no long live. I just wanted to come on right quick and touch on this situation with Biden, in this whole World War III maneuver that they doing.
So that little smile that he was giving Donald Trump was just like, yeah, I'm finna show you what I'm really about to do.
Do you not think though, and this is my opinion, I just feel like he is a puppet. I just do. He's the president, so he's gonna always. And I know because Jeff, Jeff was like, I don't, he just. But I just feel
I
like,
mean, he may be a puppet, sis, and I believe he's a puppet, but I'm still gonna hold him accountable. He didn't come into this thing blind, he didn't come into a cripple, he didn't come into it crazy. You have a mind to say yay or nay. You can do what's right or you can continue to do what's wrong. And what I see even with both of them, after reading what I've read when it comes to the Democratic Party, that's all of them except for the Bushes. They fall in line with the Democratic Party. This is what they're known to do: push these wars because they have hidden agendas.
hmm do you not think though? Like, do you not feel like he was threatened or something, or because I just feel like with him coming out, it just seemed like it was, he wanted a peaceful transfer, he wanted this, and I can't say it was gaslighting the people or what, but it just seems to me that there's somebody saying, no, this is what's gonna happen. Like it always have
Well,
been that way.
they are trying to still stop progress. I believe that.
hmm
They don't want the peaceful transfer of power. That's why I have to give shout out to Pastor what's his name, Wooten, is that his name? No, what's his name?
I know who you're talking about. What is his name?
He
He's the
said
white
we can
pastor.
no, the black pastor.
Oh
He
yeah, yeah,
said
yeah. That be on Lumber Beat.
yes. He said
hmm
we cannot stop praying. We must continue to pray for President Trump because the devil have not stopped with his attacks. And he said that the only thing that happened is that the devil literally they got mad and angry, and they just started to move in a different way. But believe you me, they are having backyard meetings as we speak.
hmm Yep, I believe it.
So he said, "Don't think that the two assassination attempts was the last. No." He said, "I believe in my heart that was only the beginning. But what they don't understand is the covering that's over President Trump."
Yep, I believe it.
And
I
we have to
wholeheartedly believe
continuously pray for him and his family because the devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy.
it. That's true.
But I can honestly say, for those that question if Donald Trump is saved or not, I heard him say out of his mouth, you heard it too, sis, and you heard it, my brother. He said, I am saved. He said, I believe in Jesus Christ. I
Mhm.
believe he died for my
hmm
sins. I believe whatever happens, my soul is going to be with God. That's what he said.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah, I always said
Yep.
from day one, it's a
Yep.
spiritual battle.
It's a spiritual warfare.
Mhm.
hmm
We've been saying that since Rob. It's a spiritual
hmm
warfare. And this
hmm
battle is not ours, it belongs to the Lord.
hmm
But everything that's supposed to get exposed, that's gonna get exposed, God is unveiling the cover. He's pulling the covers back. And if you want to see it, all you got to do is open your eyes and your mind to see it. But if you
hmm
don't want to see it, keep your mind and your eyes closed and continue going whatever path you want to go. But remember, you need to know whose side you're on because we're living in some dark days now. And these
hmm
days are not going to get better, they're going to get worse.
Yep.
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
believe
man.
that.
Just looking at this picture less than a week ago, you know, and then to turn around last night and get the news that we got over in Ukraine and Russia is just, it's just like, man, night and day. Because I'm
So
thinking like,
did you explain, Jeff, what you mean by that when you saying Ukraine and Russia? Because see, a lot of people thinking that, oh, that's this war been going on. But when you using our missiles, that's different.
oh yeah, that's different. And this is an instigating tactic because, you know, Ukraine been asking for permission to use our military missiles for the last few months to a year, and they was not letting them use it. And now that they gave him permission last night, 2 months before he's about to get out of office, it just and Putin had already came out and said, like, if y'all do that, I'm gonna take that as a threat. So that put us directly in the line of fire with Russia. Now Trump
And
already,
not just Russia.
not just Russia, North Korea, Iran. I mean, that whole regime, you know, and by him doing that last night is monumental to World War III because nuclear weapons can get launched. This is serious. You know what I'm saying? So for Biden to do that at this particular time is essential. And it also, if a war kicks off, it's gonna look like it was on President Trump's watch. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So
And that's
that's
what,
why we're speaking now.
right. So when you go back 2 years from now, you're like, oh, you know, y'all wanted to you know, put him in office. Now look, we in war. No, he ain't had nothing to do with that. We go back to this video right here. We told y'all right here today. What's the day? The 18th of November. This was Joe Biden and the Democrats. And the deep
And they
state.
already been planning it long before now. And if you go back and you don't think we're lying and that about what we're saying, go and read. I'm telling y'all, BlackRock told us how this was going down. Yeah, they did. They showed this baby.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to everybody that came. J Rock, Muse, that came that I didn't shout out yet, Lex. But yeah, Muse say any update on how Mr. Kelly is doing.
He's doing good. He's in good spirit. Um, I'm glad he asked that question. When Jeff, when you get a chance, if you can get everybody that you know, if we can have an offline roundtable chat, it's very needed ASAP. We need to take this like yesterday. We need to do this like yesterday because it's something that we need to do before president takes office.
Yeah, we can make that happen.
Yeah, we definitely
Okay.
can make that happen.
Yes.
We maybe can plan for some. It depends on what later today, or are you
That's
thinking?
fine. It's just long as it's ASAP because we it's some things that we got to do um, on his behalf, and we got to do it ASAP.
Okay, you good with that, Joe?
Yeah, I'm good with that. I'm at home all day. I got something in the crock pot, so I ain't doing nothing. I'm chilling. So uh, today is a good day for me to you know, to chop it up, whatever time is fine. Um, up until about 9.
Hey, trust me, I understand. I do understand. So whatever time is good, it's got to be it needs to happen like yesterday, and and please um, make sure that if you're sharing it, make sure you're sharing it only with people you trust because this is a business meeting, a family business meeting.
Okay, absolutely. Yeah, with that being said, you know, just wanted to come in midday and just update everybody what's going on in the world. And y'all, my sis And sis, y'all got any words I want to leave the people with?
I just want to
No.
tell everybody thank y'all, and I thank you and Shamika for just opening y'all doors for for us to even come on and just be a part of the family and everything that's the Voices for the Voices has been doing and doing. Y'all are doing it excellent job, awesome job, and keep up the great work and keep making sure that the people are aware of everything that's going on. Especially being that you're from Chicago, Jeff. I heard a lot of things. You know, I have been listening to a lot of things. These meetings they've been having out there, even with the mayor and the aldermans and shout out to Anton Daniels showing us how much these aldermans make,
Mm.
and they got over 50 aldermans, and 50 aldermans they all making six figures. I need somebody to make that make sense to me.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and Chicago is in a negative def. Oh yeah, okay, but anyway, uh we're just on the move, and we can't wait to see President Trump uh, take this mantle and take us to higher heights. With God, nothing is impossible, and I thank y'all.
Oh, thank you, sis.
Thank you
Definitely
so much,
appreciate
sis.
that. Yeah,
Appreciate
we
you.
Okay.
definitely we you one of the ones that you always come through and show us support and love, and this is all of our channels,
Yes,
and
and I want
we
everybody to share, please, 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 please share, share, share. I don't know where's your numbers, Jeff? Where are you?
Right now we close to like 70 subscribers. You know,
Okay, we far away from where we need to be. We are so far away from and y'all have too much good information over here. So I'm gonna. I hope y'all don't care. At Linda B, Lady Linda B, send us some people over here, because we do shout you out whenever we plan your information. Please send us some people over here to come over here and like, subscribe, and share. And at Anton Daniels, we love you. We love everything that you got going on. Send us some people over here. We need to hear from y'all. Even if y'all come, bring your people. We need y'all to come over here. We need these numbers up, because that's how this channel is going to grow. We need this channel to grow. We want this channel to grow. We deserve this channel to grow, because Jeff work, Mika work. She don't just work a job, and she got children. She got her husband. She got a new grandbaby that she got to put all the love and attention to. So we got to make sure this channel grow, grow, grow. We want it to grow. Please, let's get this channel moving. Please, let's get it moving. Let's get it popping. We can. We can do this. R. Kelly supporters, get over here. Let's support this channel. Y'all been knowing Jeff since day one. Long as I've been knowing him. Some of y'all may have known of him longer. Get over here. Like, subscribe, and share. This channel deserves more than 70. We want more than 70 this week.
Yeah, I appreciate that, because one thing about it, we've went and shown support at a lot of channels, and we do,
Yes. Oh, at
and
Spitting Fire, flaming hot. Get over here. We need you over here. Bring some people over here. Push this channel. We need the support. We need the support.
yeah,
yeah, we appreciate that. We definitely appreciate that,
most
So
definitely.
yeah,
It's a
yeah.
new platform, so I keep that in mind too. We only been out 2 to 3 months, just trying to stay consistent. So we definitely appreciate you, sis. It's
Hmm.
like Mika said, this all our platform. So we extend the same amount of gratitude to everybody that comes over here, chop it up with us, and you know we ain't gonna trip on numbers. We just gonna keep working. You know.
We're gonna keep working
But we know
and keep
that the
pushing.
numbers keep, and I didn't know this until I started reading reading StreamYard, that in order for your since your channel is called the voice for the voiceless, your voice must be heard, and YouTube won't push your
Into the algorithm.
channel, because it's
Mm-hmm.
just sitting. It's not the numbers. Everything now is about the numbers. We seen that. We know how that work. You know how they manipulate them numbers with this war and stuff. Yeah. So, but
Mm-hmm.
anyway, we gonna push this channel because we need everything that you guys are talking about and being about. We want to push it so that it can go just out to everybody. Vi, bring your people over here. Come on. I know you working, so whenever you go live, my brother, send them over here. Tell them, say, hold on. We're gonna pause this live for right now, and we going over here to the voices for the voiceless so we can shoot these numbers up. That's how we gonna do that. That's how you help one another.
Yeah,
So
that's true. I
Yeah.
agree. I definitely agree.
Yeah.
And we definitely appreciate you, and all you do to,
Absolutely.
the
anything I can
information.
do to help, I'm here. I am here.
Yeah, we appreciate it too. Just you being so sincere, You show up
Hmm.
every live we have, and you bring just as much information as we do, and that's what's needed because
Hmm.
it take like they say, teamwork make the dream work. So it's
Hmm.
about our future and our children's future, and this is it's what it's all. It ain't about who got the most. We don't care about none of that.
Mm-mm.
Only thing we
And because
care
what we
about
want,
is
sis, is when we look back, we know, all three of us on here know, we're not here to stay. So
exactly.
when we close our eyes for the last time, whatever is on the internet, for those people that don't know this, whatever is on the internet gonna be there forever. So when
Hmm.
we close our eyes for the last time, our grandkids can go back and say, wow, that was my
Hmm.
grandfather. Wow, that was my grandmother.
Hmm.
Wow, I can't believe
Hmm.
my Gigi was out. She was speaking up for me then. And wow,
Hmm.
they are still speaking. Just like we're
Hmm.
talking now. Remember when we heard Malcolm X, everything that man said back then is what we're seeing
Hmm.
now.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's true.
Absolutely.
You are absolutely right.
Yeah.
So
And it's
that's
like,
that's what it's all about, and putting the work in. Meaning, it may be some times where we have to meet up to make some things shake.
Yes,
And
yes.
that's just the truth because you know uh we can faith without works is dead, but we
Hey,
also got to put in the work too to make some things happen. So
exactly.
yeah.
You can't
So.
expect for God to do it all when He given us the abilities and of our activities of our limb. We pray that prayer.
Hmm.
Thank you, Lord, for the activities of our limbs. So that means if He given us the abilities to use our hand, our feet, our mouth, you got to get up off of it and go do something.
And we owe this to R. Kelly and all the other men
Yes.
that are because I'm telling y'all, if we would have not been like literally just a little woke and not really
We are the real woke.
asleep.
We are the real
Exactly.
woke.
If we and we were woke by him awakening us. You understand?
Yes.
With the propaganda and different things. And so we owe that to him. We owe that to all the men that's
Dr.
incarcerated,
Cosby.
that
Yes.
everybody exactly that have been wrongfully accused of something, and we really owe them that. Not just them, but just our everyday men, our sons, our
Yes.
grandsons,
Harvey
you know,
Weinstein. Yes.
I don't care what color you are. If you've been wrongfully, if you've been incarcerated, and wrongfully accused of something, and it's for political gain for whatever reason, of these, we owe
Hey,
them that.
and I'm telling you, I at Jeff can tell you, and you already knew this, but I'm telling y'all when and I've had some people to tell me I'm biased when it comes to the women and men, and I may be, but I stand on
Mhm.
that because at the end of the day, I have seen how our men have been wrongfully accused. I am a woman. I know what my little mouth can do to damage a person. So I can only imagine what someone that is spewing out nothing but hatred and death into a man's life can do to a person.
Mm.
Damage their
Mhm.
careers and lives forever. And we will not stand for that because
Well, if
we
I'm
got
biased,
men
I'll just
that
be biased.
I'm biased. I'm sorry. I'm just
I'm
biased when it comes to
I'm
when
sorry. Me too.
mm-mm, mm-mm. I, because men have been taught to be to be passive, to just don't say nothing. Just no, he ain't got to say nothing. I'm gonna say something. I got a mouth. I'm going to say
Mhm.
something. So, no, you're not going to mistreat them. No, you're not going to just keep locking them up. And we're not seeing E. Jean Carroll locked up for lying. We're fighting for you, Les Moonves. I don't know what happened. Don't care to know what happened, but I know when this woman here get up and say that she was in a well-known uh, uh, department store saying that somebody did something heinous to her and then to sit up and say she don't remember what she had on and I'm not a screamer. Lady, go sit down somewhere. Sit down or go to a mental institution and get you some help because you need some help.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's just the fact I don't. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Like I always fight for men because we're in this whole era of this women's liberal movement. And a man they don't want men to have a voice for anything. And I just feel like if I'm called biased for speaking up for what's right,
Hmm.
I'll just be that. But I refuse to let men and not just mine because this fight just ain't for my son or my husband. It's for
Mm-mm.
all men.
It's for all
It's
men
for all men
because
because
we
men
know
go
what
through
their
something.
agenda is. They're trying to transform our men to be women, and that the devil is a lie.
Yep, that's true. That's true. That's
No,
true. So
that ain't what God made. But also God made men, and I told my husband this just driving, Jeff, and I want y'all to hear me when I say this. Yes, I can stand, Mika can stand, and any other woman can stand, but God is still holding every man responsible because he placed you as the head. He's
hmm
expecting for you to stand up. Stand up when you got to stand alone. Stand up. Because if you don't stand for something, you fall for anything.
and he holding me accountable too. All of us accountable for not doing what's right and speaking on it.
What's
Like it's
right?
just
Yes.
because the trend. If the trend is women, I'm all about. Then I'm all about everyone's rights. You know what I'm saying? A
Everyone's
man's
right.
rights and women's rights. But I'll have to stand before God. You know what I'm saying? When I'm sitting up here putting my mouth on a man, when I know, you know what I'm saying, this man has been he hasn't gone through things fairly and just and I'm sitting there just throwing stones. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, and just like I told you, I had to tell a friend of mine on Facebook that kept coming for me, telling me that he's a felon. I said, sweetie, you going based upon what Webster says. That's what Webster says. I'm going based upon case law, sweetie. He has not gone through the entire
hmm
process. So this man is not a felon. So I suggest that y'all stop calling this man a felon. He's not a felon.
hmm
That's the law.
True. Yep, that's true.
And even if he was a felon, I will still vote for him over
Me
Kamala
too.
Harris.
When
Me
did black
too.
people start caring about people got?
Thank you.
When
Hey,
their
girl, I
granddaddy
ain't.
and their daddy and their uncle got felonies on, and even them, calm down, please stop it.
Like
Save
girl,
that for the family reunion.
like
We'll
girl,
talk
I ain't
about that
going
at the
over
family
that.
reunion.
I ain't going over that. Them niggas got felonies.
Mhm.
Hey, well, now we going over here because they ain't got no. Well, you better not go then because everybody over there got felonies.
I'm trying to tell you. And
What
if they only knew, if they were smart, I guarantee you half of the people that got felons that they know don't even deserve to be a felon.
Don't even
Because of them being
deserve to be a. Thank you.
yeah, yeah.
Because the petty crap that, listen, is if I got to give a shout out to Judge Joe Brown. We love you, Judge. We gonna get you over here. Judge
Mm-hmm.
says, people wake up. The grand jury will indict a freaking ham sandwich
Mm-hmm.
just because you ain't been indicted, gone through that they claiming you to be a felon. That doesn't mean anything.
right.
Even when
Nope.
you have gone through the process of being judged by your peers, so-called peers, we already know how the jury work. They've been bought and paid for. You still don't even go based upon that. I'm sorry. This
Hey,
justice system, I will never, ever, until I see a difference. This justice scale system
Ma-
for me is
Malcolm X was
false.
a felon at one point.
Thank you.
Even Jesus was a
Mm-hmm.
felon. I
Jesus
mean,
was a felon.
I'm just
Mm-hmm.
saying.
He went to the cross as a felon.
Mm-hmm. So let's talk about it. That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so they convince me with the hypocrisy. It's just
Thank you.
it's just hypocrisy whenever they want to use it, when it's convenient.
Mm-hmm.
But ain't nobody calling Joe Biden a felon.
Mm-mm.
Ain't nobody calling Kamala Harris a felon. See,
Mm-mm.
felon is when you commit the act and we see you committing the act.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Mhm.
We've been so brainwashed to that folks praise them, and you looking at the real feelings. Like we be
Mm,
bamboos. You look at I told
exactly.
just like a whole movie. Like you it's just
Like, come on,
man.
snap out of it, snap out of it. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
snap, snap.
Yeah. J. Ross say so. A lot of these women didn't vote to vote for a felon, but these same women won't have a problem having a baby with one. Make it make sense.
Hey, uh,
Thank you.
boom shakalaka.
Mm-hmm.
Make
I'm
that make
telling you.
Make
Baby
that
daddy's
make
a felon.
sense.
Hey, baby daddy a felon, and they still holler
Hey,
about free
but
little pookie. So
I ain't,
hush.
hey. And, oh, I forgot to tell y'all the one who was arguing with me. She married to a woman, but anyway, I digress. Yeah. Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm
Mhm.
telling you. The
And,
main
and
ones.
and by the way, these people that's out here crying, I found out. Thank you, lady Linda B. They crying because Trump said he's doing away with all of this here, this same sex marriage and crap. He said that's on his agenda.
wow.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I'm
Yeah.
going back to the basics of what we, the United States, he said, I can't go based upon what other countries were based upon, but the United States was based upon the word of God, which is the King James Version. He said, marriage is between a man and a woman.
Hmm.
Oh, that's right.
I know that's right, Trump.
He said, you can hate me, but that's what we're going back to. We're going back to the basics. And we're going to start saying Merry Christmas.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna have to get on, y'all. I got my baby going to the doctor today. My little
Okay, sir.
newborn
Yeah.
grandbaby.
The newborn,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
Yeah.
have to send
oh,
you
he
some
ain't
pic. I have to
crying.
send you a picture.
He
No,
ain't
no, no.
crying.
No, he ain't crying. He with his mom. I'm going with him
Oh,
to his
you going with
appointment.
them? Oh, he has a doctor's appointment
Mm-hmm.
today. Okay,
He got
send
a
me a
point.
picture.
Mm-hmm. I will. I'll definitely send you one.
I know you're
And
over there
we
just happy. But
I
y'all set
am.
it up and let me know when y'all ready.
We could
Okay,
do it
Jen.
later on this evening. We can.
Okay, alrighty.
Okay. Thank
All
y'all
right,
for
Jen.
joining.
Love y'all. Bye
Love
Love
bye.
you
y'all
too.
too.
Love y'all
Bye
too.
bye.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, it was a good midday live. Thanks for everybody coming through. Muse, J Rock, News. Special shout out to Derek and Nishimo for hitting the chat. I am her. You know, Beatrice came through. I don't want to forget nobody. Lexington. Everybody that came through, yeah, I appreciate it. I want to leave y'all with a nice little video, but once again, the title, Biden trying to create World War III on his way out the door with question marks. Remember this date and remember this live. If there is in any event a war they try to pin on Trump, this was a move that Biden made on his way out the door. So I just want to put that information out here that he gave Ukraine the right to use U.S. missiles, you know, in response to Russia when they trying to squash the beef. But before I go, I want to give y'all something, you know, shout out to, you know, this ad is a beautiful ad that I came across.
We can now officially project that Donald Trump will become the 47th president of the United States. He will be going back to the White House. I will fight for you, for your family, and your future with every breath in my body.
We're never going to stop fighting for you, for your dreams, for the future of your children. We're going to lead the greatest comeback in American history under Donald Trump's leadership.
God spared my life for a reason, to restore America to greatness. Together we can truly make America great again.
Yes, indeed, man. I thought that was a powerful ad that they just came out with. And on that note, you know, we'll speak to y'all soon. Voices for the voiceless. We love y'all. Peace and blessings.
Voices for the voiceless. Yeah. Yeah. It's the voices for the voiceless. Different points of view and different choices. We the voices for the voiceless. We speak. Voices for the voiceless. Yeah. Yeah. It's the voices for the voiceless. Different points of view and different choices. We the voices for the voiceless. We speak.